Hello everyone, welcome to my page. My name is Amber and I do wood creations. We have laser machines and we cut them out and we ship them out and we have a really good time. And I do tutorials and we paint and we make and we create and we do all the fun things. So today is Saturday and this is my presentation for the Star Spangled Makers Meetup with my mastermind friends who I absolutely love and adore. So a bunch of other people have already been live and this is now my turn. So I have an hour to spend with you guys. If you are new to my page, I welcome you. Hopefully you will follow. I have put some information in the description. Millendil Terry is next after me. So her page is tagged in the description as well. And she does some beautiful things and she has the best personality, by the way, because you've not met her. She's so fun. So today we're doing a patriotic bow that I drew on the iPad using Procreate, and it's imperfect. It's not, you know, I wanted it to kind of have a look to it. So that's what we're doing today. But if you don't have, obviously you don't have the craft because I've just cut it. So I created a link in the description where you can go and get a template, or you can get a tracer, or you can get an SVG file where you can also make this yourself at home, or you can also order the wood cutout. So we do ship those out. Hello everyone, I see you joining. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So if you would let me know where you're watching from, let me know if you're new, and sprinkle this along, pass it on. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Now I use decoart paint mostly, and I used apple barrel. I also sometimes will use markers to craft with. I am a lover of all things painting and making and finishes, and like I spend a lot of time on my projects. And so I have a really good time with it. So I'm gonna show you some of the things we've made before we get started so you guys can like get an idea of like what we actually do here, okay? So I just picked some things from around my house that I've had sitting around and I wanted to show you how it just can be fun to make seasonal decor or items you decorate your home with, okay? So we do a lot of interchangeable stuff. So recently we painted this one and it has a little base, and these are little interchangeable things that you can switch out. And there's a bunch of these different things to choose from. And so they kind of look really fun, right? They're exciting. And then we do seasonal stuff too. So we just recently did this one, which I also designed this, and it's just like a little shelf sitter. We painted it together and it's just a lot of fun. I still cannot help not see palm trees when I look at this. One of my absolute favorites that we've done is this one right here. And it is like a little mini kitchen hutch. And it has a little easel back on it so you can like prop it up and decorate, but we paint these things. We paint them, and so we get to use our creative ideas and we get to have fun, and then you get to put it out, or you could give it as a gift too. And then we also recently did this guy right here, which is one of my all-time favorites too. And it's like a little planter box. And so you get all the parts to make this. And I just put a little IKEA plant that kind of drapes in there. And I put this stuff throughout my home, and I adore all these little things. So let's see. And then this last one, which I ended up, my hanger came untied, but we just recently made this one, and it's just a cute little round that you can hang on a stand or make into like an ornament for a tree. We do a lot of fun stuff. So today's project is going to be a patriotic bow, and I've got two, but I think I'm not going to get to both of them. So I am going to just do the one, and I might end up just hanging it on my laundry room door, which that's how we kind of usually come in and out of our house. So that's the dealio there. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, all my friends are going to tell you hello if you are especially new here. Let me pull this up on my iPad so I can see. It is pouring rain here. Pouring rain here. I'm never going to get to the pool, I swear. Hello, Jan Bowman. Welcome. So if all my crafty friends would welcome all of our new crafty friends, that would be just fantastic. So I like to chitter chatter. I love to chitter chatter. I love to have conversations with everyone, and we just have a good time. I usually craft really late at nights. Oklahoma in the house. What's up, Donna? Girl, I loved your project. Vanessa's here too. I loved it. I absolutely loved everything I've seen so far. You guys are the best. So don't forget, after me is Terry at Millendale Designs, and I've linked her page in the description. So y'all sprinkle, tell me how your weather is. Tell me how things are going. And I'm going to just go over my paint colors really quick. And I have a hard time with concept of time, so I'm going to try to stay on task, okay? Just keep me on task. Sometimes I can derail. I got to go off the rails, you know, just a little bit. So let me get my plate. So I've got some wax paper. I've got some plates. These come from the Dollar Tree. I have one of my favorite colors is Tuscan Red. There's a little bit of a glare on there. So I'm going to put this on the plate. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Creative Haven OG. I know, y'all. I know we closed the Creative Haven in December, and I've really thought so long and hard about how I could, like, you know, bring us back together with a whole new, like, branding and mission and like what we do. And so I just haven't zeroed in on like what I would like to do. So Creative Haven is just kind of on pause until whatever, you know what I'm saying? So hello, Debbie. Yes, she's been here for a while. Y'all, this has got some separation, so I'm just going to shake it up a little bit. What's up, Catherine? Hello, welcome new people. My crafty friends are literally just the best people. So I did this blue, and I'm going to tell you about it. This blue is Deep Midnight Blue, and I like that it has this kind of blue jean shade to it. It just goes with the vibe of like what I feel is going to happen with this thing, you know. And then I also have some white here, and then I did pull a black marker that I'm going to do a little accentuation of the little lines and details, and I hope this is going to be kind of whimsy in the end. So white and red and blue. It's a Patriotic door hanger, okay? I do not make wreaths. I'm not good at making wreaths. I need to probably take 18 classes to be good at making wreaths. So I don't try to be a wreath maker, but I do enjoy making little door hangers and things to go in my home. And so this is one of them. So in that template I told you about, you can print out, these are your tails. These are your tails for your bow. And they have stripes and stars on them. And then you have your bow that looks like this, and it's got these little score lines in it. So you just paint in those little areas. It's really easy. And then this is the center of your bow. So it's kind of fun. It's super whimsy. And then I have a chunky rope here. A little chunky. It's sort of chunky. And that's what I'm going to use to hang it with. Hello, everyone. From Indy watching Fever on the TV, you on the iPad. That's awesome. My husband's in there playing a football game. So, oh my gosh. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to start with, let's start with our tails so we can go ahead and knock those out. And I took my handy dandy little piercing tool that I get from the Dollar Tree, and I went ahead and just kind of drug through all of the lines, and I made them a little rough. So if you feel the pieces when you get them, they're kind of smooth, and I like to create a little rough separation. It holds the paint into the area a little bit better. Now this is going to be loads of fun because we have these stars here that don't pop out, and we're going to have to paint inside those little areas. But that isn't really a problem because you can clean it up pretty good. I don't have the best steady hand, so I'm just going to do my absolute best. So I have a paintbrush obsession. I used to be a furniture painter, so I have a little bit of an obsession with paintbrushes. I love to do canvas paintings, and then I love little crafty paintbrushes too. So I have this one. It is an angled brush. And it's been used a time or two. And so what I like to do, just a little fun tip for you in case you're new to all these things, is I like to get my brush wet in some water. Now, this is clearly a cup of water that I've cleaned my brushes out in several times. I just like to get my brush clean. And then I'm going to use that baby wipe I don't have a paper towel here and I'm not gonna go get one just because I know I have limited time. So I just like to get my brush wet, and it changes the whole dynamic of the brush. It doesn't make it as full. And even though this brush has been used a few times, I can get a little bit more life out of it. And so I'm gonna use this, excuse me, to paint these tails, okay? Now, you do not have to be a professional painter. You can do this at any level. Where's the template? If you look in the description, you can find it. And if you also look down below, you're gonna see a little chain link. If you click that chain link or an arrow or something down there, it's gonna pop up something at the bottom, and it's gonna have multiple links. And one of them is gonna say the Star Spangled Meetup. If you go to that page, there's the whole schedule for the weekend. There is this kit if you wanna get the cutout, and then there's also the template in that on that page. So I kind of put everything in one place. Thank you, you guys. Appreciate you being here. So we're gonna start with the white. And I'm probably gonna get the white over these little areas of this where the blue stars are gonna go, but that's okay. I'm gonna just try to do my best not to do that. And I'm just gonna go around the edges, because what's gonna happen is that white is gonna make that blue a completely different color. And sometimes I have to think to myself, well, do I just want to make all of that blue the same shade or value? So here, let me just back up for a second. So see how I went over the star with the white? If I painted the blue over this yellowy wood color, the blue would be a different shade or value, okay? And so by adding the white, it's gonna create an even brighter undertone, and it's gonna change the surface color of that blue. So if I do it here and not here, the blues may not match. So I might just need to go ahead and cover them all and come back to it later. And so that's just something you have to kind of troubleshoot as you're painting, is like, if I do this, this might happen next. And so I try to be really mindful of like making sure the end result is all kind of cohesive. And so I'm going to show you how my lines are not perfect. This is not meant to be perfect. This is meant to be kind of whimsy and fun. And that's definitely more my cup of tea, is the whimsy and fun. Now, if your paint starts to drag a little bit, you can always add a little bit more water. But for the most part, if you keep your paint wet as you move, you get really good coverage, and then you don't have a lot of paint lines. So that's helpful as well. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, Lori. Hi, Tammy. I see all my regular friends here. I knew you guys would show up and craft with me. And I figured you guys would also be really awesome to be like the greeters of our new friends. So sometimes I can't multitask very well, but I really do. I love to paint. I love to make. And I think that everyone else also loves to do all of those things. And then I realized that not everyone is interested in that, but you know, I've met a lot of people through this page where they have not ever crafted, not ever painted, and then they take a chance, they do it, and they fall in love. And they just run with it. So be warned that if you jump on the crafty painty train, that it just might take over. All right, so I just decided to go ahead and paint over those stars. And I will come back and show you how I'm going to fill those in, because it's like, oh no, now we've got to paint those blue stars. We got this. We got this. So I'm going to sand this. It's going to look really fun. You're new here? Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello, everyone. And then we're going to do the outside is going to be red. So this, oh, I already painted it, but I'll show you. So there's a little line here where this stops. This goes under the bow. So the bow part is gonna come up to this. So I'm painting a little bit past it so I know that it's covered. And then I'm just gonna like I said, go over this. You've learned a lot. Oh, thank you. Sorry I'm late. Hello, Susan. Well, it's raining here. I was really hoping, seems like it has rained every weekend. Hey, Patty. Hello, you guys. So, this is my version of front door decor. I know a lot of you guys probably are really good at making, you know, decorations for your front porch. And I've tried to make a wreath, y'all, and it never goes. And that's the thing, is I need to take my own advice. I always tell everyone, like, practice makes progress. And I don't practice enough to, like, I have beautiful front doors and they're naked. They have nothing on them at this very moment. Oh gosh, they have nothing. So that's why I was going to make 2 of these to put on my front door. Make sure you hit the follow button. Yes, yes, that would be great. And the thing is some of you guys, this may not be for you. Some people just don't have really interest in like wood crafts or a kit project. Some people like the thrifty kind of crafts and those making something out of a, you know, a toilet plunger, which I still love doing those. I really love this too. So, in case you are new, just for some little, you know, commentary to help you guys like get to know who I am. We used to do a lot of dollar store crafts and thrifty DIYs. And then I got sent a machine from Glowforge, and then everything kind of changed from there. It's kind of how we ended up making all these little wood cutouts. Is I showed my friends, which is many of you guys, this machine, and then everyone was just gaga. So I was like, should we make this stuff? And almost 27,000 orders later, here we are. So it's been a lot of fun. So this is what this tail looks like. And this is how this one's drying up. So it's not quite full coverage. I'm not going to give it a second coat because I know I want to distress it. So I'm okay with the base coat. And I think it's going to look even better when I sand it down for the final look. Okay. So let's go ahead and do the white on the bow so we can kind of stay consistent with that. And let's just keep it going. And so I'm going to do, red. So let's do white, red, white, red, white, red, white. Okay, so that's how we're going to do this. So we're just going to find our pattern. And it's okay to add a little color to keep you on track. So again, not steady hand. It's okay if you don't. Because everyone who knows me knows that even though we don't do like a super perfect steady line, the outcome is usually still very, very pretty. Okay, so just go right over it. And I'm not doing the edges. I like a distress. So if a little bit gets on there, I'm okay with that. All right, let's do the next one. And you could turn your paintbrush this way to get into the smaller areas and even like make your guideline for your edge. And then you can come back and turn it more flat, like that. So back when I used to do furniture painting, I would obsess over faux finishes, and like I would study pictures. I would study different looks of like antique-y things and naturally weathered stuff. And I would try to figure out like, how did those outcomes happen? Like, was it dripped water? Was it heat, sun damage? What created this beautiful weathered aging? And I would try to find ways to replicate that. So here's one side of our bow, and I just struck my finger right through that. Here's one side of our bow, and we're gonna do the other side. And then our polka dots are on here. So I'm gonna paint this whole thing white since we did our white stripes. That way we can stay consistent with the color of blue. I love it. I love it. I love it. I have so many great techniques that I teach. I try, yeah. I try. So we're gonna mimic what happened on the other side right here. And if you got the template and you're doing this on like cardboard, definitely remember that you need, if you're gonna put this outside, I would put it like on a super covered like area. I have put cardboard outside on my, on my door that's really covered, but definitely don't put it in the elements. And then if you use foam board, just remember that foam board has a paper coating, and so it can peel up, which has happened to me before. But that template I gave you is so versatile. So you guys can go to your Cricuts or use a box knife and X-Acto knife and make a tracer, cut foam board. You can start crafting this right away if you decide that you want to do that. And I've done several cardboard crafts and foam board stuff, so I know it's doable. For sure. But this is going to be so good. Trying to go quickly. I know I'm like watching the clock. I'm being a clock watcher. It's going to be so fun. Is that a great idea? Yeah. I love cardboard crafting. I love, I do like the transformation. I like the, oh no, how, like, that was amazing. Like, it went from this to this. That definitely is exciting. I love little thrifty projects. All right. So, there's that one. And then let's do this one right here. And I think I have a little bit too much paint, so let me get that off of there. Hi, Hannah. Thank you for sprinkling. Thank you. So my mastermind friends are all crafting over the next 2 days, today and tomorrow, and you definitely have to check them out. I'm so thankful and appreciative of Vanessa from I'll Be Crafty, and she did a lot of work, and I love when someone else has an idea and it seems overwhelming and they just take charge, and I'm like, I'm extremely overwhelmed. But she just did such a good job, like bringing everyone together. Her and Elizabeth are just the idea people that just blows my mind sometimes. They're just phenomenal. All right, so if you want a little extra like weathering look, just add a little dash, excuse me, of an extra like coating in a couple of areas, and it's gonna create an extra weathered vibe. And I'm just dropping color in random spots like that. Almost looks like an animal pattern. So there's our bow. And then we're gonna do this one, and I'm just gonna use a sponge for this. And I'm gonna put my white brush in the cup of water. So we're gonna cover this since remember we did those stars white and we painted over them. And so this part is gonna be blue on the back, and these polka dots are gonna be white. So I'm gonna go ahead and paint those white, and then we'll do the blue around to finish it off. That way our blue color stays consistent. And I'll flip this over in a second. I'll show you what I mean by the differences in the shade of blue on a white versus on that yellowy color. You could also stain this too, which would be really fun. So I don't want a super heavy coat for my little polka dots there. So let me show you. Let me try this and I'll show you on the back of this because I don't want this to show on the inside of my door. Let me try it really quick. Hey, we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. Welcome, friends. Welcome, welcome. Y'all sprinkle, pass it on. Say a quick hello if you just joined in. Introduce yourself. Let us know where you're watching from. You never know who you might connect with because a lot of people have connected in the little chat threads with other people. Found, you know, people that lived in their areas. Not that you have to feel obligated to do that, but you know what I'm saying. So I'm going to put some white paint on here. And I'm not going to put white paint on here. This is going to get glued on the front of the bow. So you can just see the difference in the blue on a white versus the blue on the wood. Now let's try that. Watching from Nebraska. Hello from California. Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. I'm in North Carolina, but moving to Georgia soon. Oh my gosh, high five. We'll be neighbors. We'll be neighbors. Isn't that exciting? I live in Georgia, by the way, so that's why. I'm a Georgia resident. I don't know where she's moving to in Georgia, but I'm excited for her. I love living in Georgia. Michelle might be here in the comments. She might be here in the comments. All right, here's that blue, and I'm just gonna take it on my brush, and I'm gonna show you the difference. So if I were to go over this, do you see? Let me dry it. So there's a difference. So remember when I said if you brush over that star and you don't do all of the coverage, when you go over that star and you only had like white in one area, this is what the outcome could be. And you may not like that and you may not know that that would be an outcome. So I just want to tell you, like, why did I say I was going to go around it? And then I was like, oh, I could get it on there, but if I did get it on there, it might look like this. So let's just go ahead and paint the whole thing. So if I did this everywhere, and then I had a couple that look like this, it might not feel uniform or cohesive. And so that's the difference in the two as to what happens when you go over it. The darker, it's more vivid, and this is more, almost looks like a wash, which is gonna be really cool in the end also. So that's what I wanted to show you. So that's why I went ahead and painted the whole thing white in case I had little overlaps, and then you would notice it. And so I'm gonna not do that. So we'll come back to that. Let's do our red and then we'll do our blue. Hello, hello, hello. I'm so anxious for you that you might not finish in time. Wendy is confident. Wendy is like, yes, she will. I have 30 minutes. I have 30 minutes. I can do it. I believe in myself. Listen, if I can craft in the craftathon for 20 minutes, I can do it. I think I can do it. All right, let's do the red. I'm going to set this aside. Now let's do the red. Let's go ahead and start that. All right, so we've got that white. Oh, I just dropped it on the counter. It's okay. We've got that white. So my little trick is to take my little tool and kind of create that line back. Just right through here. we're gonna sand this so it's not really gonna matter, but it's gonna help me like stay more in the line. All right, let's do this one. Now, the one thing we wanna make sure is the white is dry, because what happens when you mix white and red? You get pink, and we're not going for a pink. We want a red. Oh, come on. Okay. All right, let's do it. We got this. All right. So I try to start away and then work towards. Again, this is going to be so beautiful. Very vibrant. So pretty. I love the color red. Tuscan red is one of my absolute favorites. It is a deco art color, and it just screams like powerful red. It's like a true red, but it also has like almost a barn red look too. Sometimes when you layer it over like darker colors and you antique it, it's very pretty. Now, if I had more time, I would probably do a little like extra shading and all the fun extras, but I don't have a whole lot of time, so, and I already struggle. So we got one side down, y'all. Look at that. Look at us making progress. All right, I don't go right up to it. I start right here, and we're just gonna go across. Just like so. And anything that's left over, we can push towards that line. I think Vanessa did a Patriotic container with stars. I was reading comments more than I was paying attention. I always love to read like people's comments when I'm watching other people. It's super interesting. But definitely a patriotic craft weekend. So if you don't have enough paint, you can always like add some more here and then like pull it towards where you need it. That way you don't get a lot of pooling on the edge, and then you can just kind of distribute it wherever it needs to go. Because it's hard if you get it pulled up on that color to blend it backwards, but it's easy to blend out on the edges. So I'm just gonna drag that through, scoop it and move it. Scoop it and move it. I did get a little over right there, but that's okay. So there's our tail. This is gonna be so cute. So the vision in my mind is definitely gonna be cute. Let's just hope the outcome will be. Thank you. You're moving to Hiawassee, Georgia. Where is that? Hiawassee, Georgia? I don't know where that is. Moving quick, y'all. I think my husband lost his game. It happens. He loves to play football games. He played football in high school, and he's always wanted one of our kids to like be a football player. And they were all band kids. So we went to football games, and they played on the field, but it wasn't football. They were in marching band. So, you know, he definitely was the football guy, not the band kid. And he loves, like, in his free time to like play online just for fun. Sometimes he like plays a computer. But it's a rainy day here in Georgia, so what else are we gonna do? Oh gosh. Why do you mark down the white before you add the red? I did that because it creates a rough area so that your paint is less likely to cross over that, because the paint kind of goes up to that ridge that you just did when you drag that tool through that line. And you'd have to feel it to understand it, to know that it's there. It just is kind of a help to not, so when I put the paint right up to that line, it's less likely, if I don't push as hard, for the paint to go past it. I'm not saying that it won't happen, but it's less likely. Because there's score lines to guide you, but I like to deepen them sometimes to help guide me a little bit more. So see how I can scoop up that extra paint on my brush, and then I can push away and towards. Away and towards. And I'm going a little bit quicker, so I'm gonna have a lot more errors. But I can take that paint that's along here that's I can see collected, scoop it up on my brush, and then I can push it towards that line that's raised. And it helps kind of keep the paint in that area more on the line than past it. And then I can just kind of clean up whatever is left. So here's the other tail, and you can see where I went over my line. It happens. All right, let's do the bow. And then we're gonna do our stars. And I'm just gonna sand right over this. All at once, because there's not a lot of like layered pieces. And so it's gonna all distress very evenly. And you can sand foam, you can sand cardboard, you can sand all of those materials. It just depends on the grit that you use. If you use a super rough grit, it might tear it up. And see how I did my line down the middle, and then I'm gonna take my brush and lay it on its side, and then I'm gonna take that paint that's in the middle, and I'm gonna pull it towards that white, and I'm just gonna drag along that edge. And then I can flip this around and do the same on this side. So I can take that paint from the middle, scoop it up on my brush, and push it towards that edge. Let's see. Looks good. So I'm gonna go right back down that middle again with that red. And then we're gonna take and push it from the middle towards this line. Now I'm going for a look. All right. Okay, let's do the next one. Y'all got 20 minutes. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. We got this. I have about 25 minutes left. Is anyone worried that someone wasn't gonna make their time? If I'm the one who's not gonna meet time, I'm like, Amanda did, from Metal Modern Designs, she did like 3 projects in like an hour, and I'm like, ooh, girl. And she had a timer, and she was like, 3 minutes left. I was impressed. I was like, now there you go. Right? We got this. We got that edge. The only thing that I'm worried about is them stars, but I think we got it. And my backup plan for the stars is to use a marker if I run out of time versus the paint, because I'm gonna have to paint in the lines. and get it pretty perfect. All right, so there's one side of our bow. And let's do this one. I think we might be able to do it. But yeah, on average, I craft. It takes me a long time to craft because I talk a lot. And I spend a lot of time on like my vision. See, I just got way out of the lines. But it's okay. It's all good. We got this. Looks great, but you love my you love my 3-hour sessions. A lot of people do, and a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't watch live videos because they're just it's an unpredictable stream of time, and I think some people, sometimes I feel like I miss out on other things that I could be watching. But then there's some stuff I'm like, I'll watch Emily Baker for hours. I will watch an entire 7-hour, now I won't watch it. I will listen to a 7-hour court hearing while I work, and I'll just carry my phone around with me. Instead of like listening to music at work, you know. Sometimes I'll watch Emily Baker. She's one of my favorites. And that, you know, as far as that topic of like content and like what she does. But then again, I am a true crime junkie, so what can I say? All right, look at our bow. It is coming out so good. So good. So good. I don't usually pre-paint these to like give an example, so I'm crafting it like for the first time. I did a little color drop into the template so that I could like get a visual inspiration of like what it would look like. And so I'm pretty impressed. It's looking pretty close. Look at us. 15 minutes. We got this. We got this. All right. So we're going to let this dry. There's our bow. It almost, the imperfection makes it look more dimensional, like it's not so crisp and clean. So I'm gonna let that dry. The tails over here, I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna get a different brush, and we're going to do, whoops, we're gonna do the stars, okay? So I'm gonna take my pointy little brush, like so, with some water, and just make sure it's good and wet. And we're gonna get that blue, and we're gonna come in and we're gonna do our stars. And we're just gonna do them around the edge. Okay. And then we're gonna fill them in. Just like that. Again, if I don't have a perfect star, it's gonna match the vibe. Now you see, there's our star. Not perfect, but it's perfect for me. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, don't know who Emily Baker is? She is, she does legal commentary on YouTube. She has a YouTube channel. She does also share those to Facebook, but she does a lawyer reacts type of thing to like, mostly it's pop culture, high profile cases, and she gives them a perspective to the public of like layman's terms from a prosecuting attorney's perspective. She was a district attorney. She was like I think she was in California. And then she used to be in Damon's Mastermind. That's how I kind of met her. Before she really started, I kind of crossed her path more when she was covering the Depp trial. That would be the Johnny Depp trial, which most everyone knows about. She would cover things like contracts and just different stuff. And so, she's just really taken off, and she's so super smart. I love her personality. She does have a potty mouth. Like, she does have a little bit of a potty mouth, and so she's definitely not for like children. And, so just, you know, I always tell everyone, you know, be warned that, she might say some things that you may not like or approve of, but she is really, really smart. And I've learned a lot from her. Learned a lot. Everyone's saying, hey, April. Is April here? Is April here? Oh, my sister is here. She's watching from the other room. Y'all, we're getting close. So the next thing we have to do is paint, just sand, glue, put our hanger on, and it'll be done. There's not a lot of extra detail to this. It's really pretty simple. I am doing fantastic with my time. I'm very proud of myself, if I do say so. Don't forget that Terry from Mill and Dill Designs is right after me. Her page is tagged in the description. You can get the template for this. You can get a tracer of this design, and you can get an SVG also in the description. There's a link that takes you to the Star Spangled event on my shop. And right now we have our spring kits are on clearance, 50% off. It's a good time for you to like stock up maybe for next year. Some of the stuff you can use year round, so keep that in mind too. But we're getting prepared for Christmas in July, and we need our shelf space. So go buy all of our leftover spring. We would appreciate that. But thank you guys for being here today, and I hope that you enjoyed this idea. Look at those tails. It just is so... Let's just look for a second. Now they go like this, so they're meant to fit perfectly underneath that bow. So cute. Okay, let's do our blue right here, and I'm just gonna go around our dots. And that's why I switch brushes, so I can have a little bit more precision. And I'm just going to go right around and fill in. And that way all of our blue kind of goes together. 9 minutes. And there will be a replay of this too. So if you do buy this wood cutout from my shop and it arrives to you, obviously, you know, it's going to be after. You'll be able to watch this replay and kind of go along with this tutorial. And I will put this video link in the shop so you can go right to the product page and find it. Got a little out of the line, so let me clean this up. Go around. But I hope you guys have a fantastic Saturday. I don't really know what we're doing for dinner. I don't really know what I'm doing, really, honestly, for the rest of the day. This was kind of like my main thing, for sure. So I know that it's raining. I do know that for a fact, so I'm not going to be getting in the pool. It's kind of a bummer. All right, so close. When I tell you we're gonna sand over this super quick and you're gonna see how it transforms, it's gonna be great. Kind of glad that I didn't use the marker. The only thing I'm not gonna get to is the lining of the lines, but I'll post a picture of that so you guys can see it. And basically it's just going over the little details where everything kind of joins each other. And the last few right here. I told you it was kind of whimsy. It's super, super fun. Just gonna clean up these little areas really quick. It's a little heavy, lumpy. Scoop up that paint and spread it out just a little bit. We got this. All right, look at us. Look at us. Look at those polka dots. Perfect. Okay, let's dry this so we can sand it all down. I have a heart attack. What? If I had to craft on a time schedule, Lynn, it's hard. But I understand. We are all given the same amount of time. Yeah, we're all given the same amount of time. I'm gonna speed dry. Hello, Christy Burton. Hello, hello. Okay, let's sand it and then let's assemble it. Now I'm gonna use stick-fast glue. Somebody's gonna ask about it. I'm gonna use that, and then I have this rope here. And then I have this sandpaper that looks like this. It's a little rough. I think it's 120. And I'm not gonna sand this right away. I'm gonna do that last. So I'm just gonna go over this just kind of lightly. And then I'm gonna go right up the middle. So when I tell you that it really doesn't matter, it really truly does not matter. It's okay. It's gonna create a look. So there's our tails, both of them, good to go. Let's do our bow, it should be dry. You could see the difference on this side versus this side. And I definitely want that look. You can use a wipe if you want to. If you use a wet wipe, it's gonna make pink. Don't do that. Use a dry wipe, okay? And then I'm gonna go ahead and sand this because I feel like it's pretty dry now. Okay, so that is the top that goes on our bow. So we're gonna glue this right on here, and you just need to find where it lines up and then glue it right there. So where does it line up? About right there? Yes. So it lines up there, so let's do that. And I want this to go outside on my door, so I'm gonna be really generous with my glue. And make sure it's in place. So there is our bow. And our tails, the way that we're gonna do our tails is we're gonna line them up. They fit together like a puzzle right here, okay? Then I'm gonna add glue right in this area. Okay. Good bit of glue. And then I'm gonna glue on my bow and on top of that. So right there. How much time do we have? 5 minutes. Y'all, we did it. We did it. So I'm gonna hold this a little bit longer. This is called stickfast. If you follow the link in the description or the little chain link down below, if you go to the menu of my shop, you're gonna see something called help links. And then it's going to say Amber's Amazon shop. I have this linked in my Amazon shop, and there's also like some helpful crafty information. You can join our email list too, and we send out emails with different things to help you guys. So this is our bow, okay? Super duper cute. Okay, this is how it glues onto the back. See how it fits together? Okay, now we're gonna add our hanger. And that is this guy right here. And I need to cut this off because it's not even. And I'm gonna hang this on my door. Now you can put a little knot in the front, you can put your knot in the back. I'm gonna put my knot in the back. So I'm gonna do a knot like so, and I'm gonna double knot it. So I'm gonna wrap it twice. And then I'm gonna pull it kind of tight. And then I'm gonna go hang it on my door and show you guys. Okay, so there's one. Let's do this side. All right, now I don't want it to be super duper long, so I'm gonna tie this about here. I just did a double knot. I might have to redo this knot. Redo this one really quick. And then let's cut them. This is our little door hanger, and I'm gonna pull you off the stand and I'm gonna go show you what it looks like on my door, and I have 2 minutes. How cute is this? We did it. First of all, welcome to my page. Thank you for being here. We're gonna walk through to the laundry room. Let me show you. There's currently a watermelon slice on my door. It is pouring down rain. And this is usually where I will put my door hangers. And we're gonna put this one on. We're gonna take this one off. Let me lay it over here. And let's put on our bow. How adorable. Let me go outside just for a second so I can show you. How cute. How cute. So I want to do another one to go on my front door. So I actually want to put both of these on my front door. So I will take a picture of this. Please go check out Mill and Dill Designs. They are up next. Thank you for joining for my session. The link for this cutout is in the description. And you can go get the wood cutout. We'll send it to you and you can make yours. And then there's also a template. So I'll put the links in the description. Again, I'll take photos, I'll post it, I'll reintroduce all the information. And don't forget, if you want to follow my page, I would love for you to do so. You guys are the best. Thank you for hanging out with me. We did it, right? We did it. So thank you. How much fun. Yes, way to go. Thank you. So head on over now to Mill and Dill Designs. They're linked in the description. Her name is Terry. She is a hoot. You're going to love her. And I will see you guys probably tomorrow night for our craft. And y'all enjoy your Saturday, and I will see you guys next time.